Hi guys, welcome to On Demand Weekly Updates by Jungleworks. We are joined by Summer and we have a lot of topics to discuss upon. So let's get started. Hi Summer.
Hey Tyra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? And how's Dubai?
Very good, very good, very hot,
Oh, very hot.
getting better.
Acknowledging that what is happening is very sad in Israel and Gaza, and the whole world has been affected by it. And also, it is going to leave a major impact on economy as well.
Yeah, and I think it's a very sad tragedy. Pretty much, and I see that everybody has a side to choose. But to be honest, the more I think about it, it's almost impossible to choose a side, right? It's just a tragedy of massive proportions, and economy also. Like every day it seems like we are heading towards a new world war or something.
Right.
Hopefully people figure it out and things get sorted. But yeah, it's really really sad.
As we all know that startups and the funding winter is there, but there's a little light in this darkness. So a peer-to-peer fashion marketplace called Pickle, it has raised some funding, some good funding, and this is a ray of hope for other marketplaces as well.
Yeah, so for quite some time, especially on-demand space, I think it has been like in a funding winter and consolidation is happening. So like it was since COVID passed, people were not very bullish on this space since then. It's been on a downward trajectory. So I think this is a good sign of maybe that, if your product is good and if you are getting traction, funding will happen. It's not as easy as earlier, but still, it's a good sign. And also, pickle is another trend it shows is that fashion in on demand has never really picked up, right? So for quite some time, I think grocery, food, a lot of sectors have really become very big on demand,
Right.
but fashion was somehow never really that big on demand. So I think that's a very good trend that pickle might be the first company to really start this trend, which is very good, interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea also for local business owners also, and for local fashion industry to come up.
Yeah, I think so. What is going to happen, in my opinion, is like I'm not one of the fashion collectors, so to speak, right? Or whatever, or whoever they are. But I think from my perspective, it makes a lot of sense that all the people who actually collect a lot of clothes, I mean, they have way too much, compared to what they can ever wear. It might just be a good way to monetize. And, if you check their website also, that's what it is. Like, there are
Yeah.
almost like fashion collectors, so to speak. So now girls have a excuse to buy a lot of bunch to, saying that this is their side gig. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I also have a cousin, who buys all luxury bags like for lakhs of rupees, and then she's like
Yeah.
reselling them, and it's becoming such a huge thing.
I mean, these are the things that get us to a recession. But yeah, I mean, I also have a sister who's actually every time she has a new bag, she claims this is an investment. And let's see how it ends. But
Yeah.
as of now, it's actually, I think it's a good trend. Especially, I don't know if bags are making sense on Pickle, but I think this would make sense, for people who don't want to buy these overpriced fashion brands, but still want to use them once in a while. Let's see. But this is a good trend, I would say.
Yes, it is.
Also, sustainably, I think, if people rent it out, I think probably, less clothes sold means better for environment, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And less clothes in the wardrobe, lying alone. Nobody
Let's see.
using them
Let's see
for
how
so
that
many
goes. I think it might just become the excuse to have much more clothes in the wardrobe.
Okay, so moving on to food delivery now, Summer. So Amazon has recently announced that they have lowered their threshold to $100 from $150 to for free grocery deliveries. So the minimum purchase that Amazon Prime members will have to make has been lowered to $100. And what they're saying is that we are always looking for ways to make grocery shopping easier, faster, and more affordable for our customers. And this enhanced benefit does just that.
Yeah, so I think, there could be a few things, right? One could be that they are reaching scale and there is automatically, easier for Amazon to lower the price. So, but it could also be that, so if you look at Uber, if you look at DoorDash, every food delivery company has been trying to get into grocery and trying to kind of scale it up. My guess is because they want a higher TAM and, they have saturated the food market. So they feel that, grocery market is the next wave of growth. And probably this is, either one of those two, increased competition or increased efficiencies. Either way, I think, on demand, it's good thing for on demand space because, it's just better for consumers if they have more choice. So yeah, let's see if this trend continues, and because of this, maybe Uber will also start lowering their fees on grocery deliveries.
And another good news coming from the segment of food delivery is that finally consumers can order at the same time, from the same app from two restaurants. Uber Eats especially has announced this service, and I think others will also follow suit. So this is a good thing which is coming, and more customizations and more varieties being offered to consumers now in food delivery.
Yeah, so I think this has been actually, I remember like a lot of years ago, it was a debate like, why was this not happening? I think the reason was that Uber never had so the driver efficiency operations wise was not logical, right? So for example, a driver has to wait at one restaurant, second restaurant. So now what's happening is drivers or let's say restaurants and drivers are now getting more and more accustomed to doing on-demand delivery orders, which means that restaurants will keep it ready and keep it ready to go for the driver or the delivery boy. So from that perspective, it's again one more sign that this space is maturing, and yeah, it's a good trend, better efficiency, hopefully better pay for drivers. I just hope that Uber passes on higher margins to drivers rather than just increasing their margins. So let's hope for the best, because generally that's the case. All the efficiency enhancements generally go to the company rather than to the drivers.
Yes, that is there. And coming to drivers, there's a news from Lincoln. So Lincolnshire in London. So there's this thing that food delivery cyclists are turning Lincoln's pavements into the Wild West. So people there are complaining that, these food delivery cyclists, they're very rash, they're driving very rash, and kind of road safety has become an issue over there just because of the delivery riders.
I mean, yes and no. I think, UK is fairly safe in general, but I feel that, okay, for some people, especially older voters, this is like a big issue. And counties where average population is higher, they love to bring it up and say, talk about this. So I honestly don't think that it's really that big a deal, but I understand that, this can be like, like there could be some regulation, but honestly, I still feel that it's little difficult to pass a regulation against food delivery or grocery delivery because of this, because bikers, are bikers really, and if you think about it, in New York, it has always been very kind of dangerous walking on side streets, always, I guess, so I don't know. I mean, my thinking is that these are things that will happen, and people will figure it out. Companies should take a little more responsibility, I believe, right? Companies should not really push their drivers to do deliveries much faster and etc. But in my opinion, I think this is a bit of a overreaction. It should boil down, hopefully.
Technology can also play an important role over here, is what I feel.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you have better tracking and, slightly
Yeah.
easier kind of, you think of ergonomics properly, and, you make things efficient for people, like club the orders, etc. I think it really increases or it decreases the rush that, people have to be in. Because if you still see like the biggest portion of a delivery is not really on the road, actually, the time consumed is actually the highest in waiting for the order from the restaurant, right? So if you make it more optimized using software like Toucan, like what we do,
Yeah.
I think this really improves the safety and efficiency of drivers. But yeah, I think that's really like one thing that companies should look at, how to, like, especially smaller companies, right, which don't use software in some cases. How can they start using more software and use it efficiently, do delivery more efficiently, so that it is safer for delivery providers.
Right. Okay, so our last piece of news coming up is very interesting and it is related to AI. So, since we are seeing AI everywhere in every part of our lives, AI is now present. So, this news says that Character.ai, a company, introduces group chats where people and multiple AIs can talk to each other. So, now apparently we need AIs to guide us in conversations too.
Yeah, I mean, see, if you look at the whole generative AI space, I think it's definitely having a lot of hype. It has died down a little bit, but there's still like a lot of so all these companies which have gotten some traction or lot of funding recently. I mean, they need to keep the hype live, right? So I think that's kind of more about it. And especially Google and Facebook actually announced. In fact, Facebook announced that they'll have like these characters, celebrity characters, in terms of celebrity AI characters talking as I think um, like a celebrity. So I would be able to talk to a celebrity AI on, let's say, Facebook Messenger or something.
Yeah,
So I think that's the reason why Character.ai is trying to do this, because they feel that they have to own this space, and if Facebook is out to get them, I think it becomes difficult. Like any company that is being hounded by Facebook, they have to like really try to be the more innovative one. But I don't know how much traction there is and how much traction, like, it still is yet to be seen how much traction there will be in these, because ChatGPT has, if you see, like, traction in ChatGPT, Bard has decreased quite a bit after the initial buzz.
yeah.
So let's see how it kind of settles down. But definitely, if you look at the AI, AI announcements in the last few months, so to speak, it's definitely a good thing, because it increases the efficiency of especially content generators or knowledge workers quite a lot. So it definitely makes a lot of sense for people to get into that bandwagon. But I don't know how fast that is going to be. And to me personally, I feel it's a bit weird that I would want to talk to a AI based on a character and make them talk to each other. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, this is what they've written, that the
See.
company suggests users could try out having AI scientists and thinkers chat together, like Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Stephen Hawking,
Yeah.
or even create a group chat with mythological gods. It's not just scientists, you can also create your gods like Zeus and etc.
Yeah,
etc.
makes sense. I think it is probably an interesting thought experiment. But yeah, let's see. I'm more interested in watching some of the YouTube videos that people create, and let's see there, how good that is, and maybe we can then decide how good this is.
Yeah, whatever gives them peace.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it, Samar. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks.
And anything for local entrepreneurs, an inspiring quote or any lesson?
No, nothing really. I think hustle on. Like, economy is not looking so good. If you are feeling the pinch, we know, like, we have a lot of customers, so we do know that inflation is really hitting the number of orders people are doing and stuff. So I think if you are a local entrepreneur and you're seeing a little bit of a slowdown, hang in there, focus on your efficiencies, focus on your marketing, chat with us. So we'll start like a, open question answers with our any on-demand entrepreneurs soon, where they can talk to us about their problems, about their issues, or how can they grow, etc., and how to reach profitability, etc. So yeah, so let's see, what else future has in store for us. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Samar.